Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Joey the Veiled Cottage Witch, and this is another episode of my magical plant series. Today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite flowers. I love lilac. I love the smell. I remember growing up and I knew it was spring when I could go out in my front yard and smell the lilac bushes. Oh my gosh, the wind would come in and it would just smell amazing. So of course today we're talking about lilac. Syringa vulgaris. Hey, that was an easy pronunciation. Way to go, Joey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So the folk names are blue pipe trees, prince's feather, duckbills, and Spanish ash. So the origin is very complex, and I'm here to tell you the entire story. But to summarize, the name lilac itself is derived from the Persian word lilac with a Q. In Greek, it's known as Paschalia and is associated with Easter. Common folk names also include variations based on color, like purple lilac or white lilac. So if you're interested in learning the entire story about how lilacs came to be, stick around. You might just learn something. All right. So astrologically, lilac flowers have been associated with Venus and the sign of Taurus, the earthly home of Venus. This connection is due to the lilac's beauty and sweet fragrance, which reflects the sensual and luxurious nature of Venus in its Taurian nature. Taurus is also associated with stability, loyalty, and practicality, all qualities that are reflected in the hardy and long-lived lilac plant, which can thrive for hundreds of years. Taurus energy is also solitary and connected to the earth and her cycles, much like Syrinx. The Greek mythology nymph lilac derives her name from. Syrinx was a beautiful woodland nymph who had many names, attracted the attention of satyrs, which are half human, half animal beings, very connected to their sexuality and animal nature, and fled their advances in turn. She worshipped Artemis, the goddess of wilderness, and had like her vowed to remain a virgin for all time. She vowed to belong to no man and be whole within herself. This is Artemis. Pursued by the amorous god Pan, she ran to a river's edge and asked for assistance from the river nymphs. In response, she was transformed into Syringa, which Pan cut to fashion the first set of panpipes, which were henceforth known as Syrinx. Pan was the god of shepherds, fertility, the wild, and spring. He had the upper body of a man, but the hindquarters, legs, and horns of a goat, much like Christianity's representation of the devil, likely due to Christianity's demonization of sexual energy. Pan was the god of shepherds, fertility, the wild, and spring. He had the upper body of a man, but the hindquarters, legs, and horns of a goat. He was lustful god, known for his sexual prowess, and therefore symbolized the physical features and pleasures of life, which could be associated with Venus for pleasure and Mars for desire. or the balance between feminine and masculine. Pan's energy is also associated with that of Capricorn, the sea goat, and Saturn. This association arose from when Pan attempted to escape the monster Typhon by diving into the Nile River and attempting to change himself into a fish. In the midst of panic, only part of him transformed, so he had the head and body of a man goat and the rear section of a fish. Yeah, that's Capricorn. Lilac's association with Saturn also makes sense, as Saturn herbs are generally astringent, meaning they constrict and dry tissues, given the nature of Saturn's energy, which constricts and contains matter. Astringents are therefore great for controlling oil production in skin, as well as reducing the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. Just like astringents control the expansion of tissues, Saturn's energy is necessary to control or contain the creative energy of Venus and birth this creative potential into the physical. The story of Pan and Syrinx demonstrates the pain of lust and desire. It can also be seen as a representation of the power struggle between one aspect of the feminine, Venus, and masculine, Saturn and Mars, energies in Greek mythology, and the male god trying to impose his control over the young, beautiful female. When Syrinx transforms near the water, a symbol of life and feminine energy, she transforms into a new form of life to protect her creative, sexual energy from Pan. As he fashions his panpipe from her branches, he still manages to use her as an object in some way. But she also becomes a symbol for him. Without her, his ability to create music does not exist in the same way, and his legacy is drastically deficient. In a way, her new version of self overpowers him and channels her creative energy through him to create art through music. If we adopt the Jungian principle that all of these archetypes live within us, as they also do in our birth charts, it's safe to say that the lilac tree is a reminder that creating or birthing new life requires both masculine and feminine energies. The feminine needs a container to express the creative potential through Pan and his panpipes. However, if we are merely led by our lust, the object of our desire will forever escape us in the form we desire it. In this case, even though we might create something beautiful, it may be at the expense of the full potential that was initially there. Now, that's a story. But in ancient Celts, they believed that lilacs were magical due to their intoxicating scent. And Russians believed that holding a lilac over a newborn will bring wisdom. During the Victorian era, the lilac was a sign of old love, which is why widows would often be seen wearing them. The flower is also closely tied to the Easter holiday because it is one of the earliest blooming times and is a symbol of spring and renewal. The early bloom time helped make them a staple in springtime events like graduations and weddings. Lilacs can vary in color, and each color has a specific meaning. White lilacs symbolize purity. Violet symbolizes spirituality. Blue is a symbol of happiness and tranquility. Magenta represents love and passion, while a traditional light purple is a symbol of a first love. Lilacs have inspired artists and lovers across the ages and can be seen all throughout history in paintings, poems, and pictures. The most famous representations were done by painters Van Gogh and Claude Monet. Walt Whitman also referred to the flower in one of his poems, "When lilacs last in the dooryard bloomed." Now I want to take a moment to talk about my sponsor, Yeti Scrubs. With their slogan, "Make dry skin an urban legend," they really mean that. They use Dead Sea salt and vitamin E rich oils to make their salt scrubs, their laundry detergent, their lotions, their lip scrubs, and even bath bombs. Look at these bath bombs. Oh my gosh. I want one of these geodes so bad. So here's their deal. If you go to yetiscrubs.com, load up your cart, and enter the code word Veiled Witch, you get free shipping. That's right, free shipping. So go to yetiscrubs.com, get your free shipping with my code. You won't regret it, I promise. Now, on to medicinal properties. Now, lilacs have been used in traditional medicine for centuries due to their numerous health benefits. Various parts of the plant, including the leaf, the flower, bark, the seeds, the stems, and roots, are commonly used to support digestive, respiratory, and immune system complaints. And the antioxidants present in the flowers and leaves of the lilac plant have been shown to improve the cardiovascular system as well. Moreover, the scent of lilacs has been found to have a calming effect on the nervous system, reducing stress and promoting relaxation. These little guys are so amazing. I wish you could smell these. I'm running low because this year we did not get as many blooms as I wanted to, and I've been sparingly using them. Lilac essential oil, again, guys, if you could only work with one essential oil, get your lilac essential oil. It is amazing. Now, lilacs have been used as a skin toner. I had some last year, and because I didn't get very many blooms, I couldn't make it again this year, and it just killed me due to their astringent properties, helping to tighten the skin, reduce sagging, and potentially minimize the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. They may also be used to soothe sunburns, cuts, and rashes. Amazing skin toner. We're going to cross our fingers and blink our eyes and do whatever we need to do, because we've got a water system now out on the lilac bushes, and next year we're going to get full blooms. Full blooms. You hear me? Full blooms. All right. Digestive health. Now, lilac flower infusions were traditionally used to soothe upset stomachs and promote healthy digestion. And they've also been used in traditional medicine for treating fevers, malaria, and even muscle soreness. So you can take your essential oil, dilute it with almond oil or grapeseed oil, jojoba oil, whatever you need. Turn it into a salve with some beeswax. Use it on your muscles. Great, great salve. Now, galagine, a compound found in French lilac, was used to lower blood sugar and led to the discovery of metformin, a drug used to treat diabetes. You heard it from me, folks. Some parts of the lilac plant, like the seeds, can be toxic. So caution is advised, especially when considering internal use. So just be careful, folks. It's always best to consult with a healthcare professional or herbalist before using lilac for medicinal purposes, especially if you have any pre-existing health conditions or are taking other medications. But using it topically is pretty safe. So, all right, on to magical properties. Its element is water, the gender is feminine, the planet is Venus, and the day of the week it is most potent is Friday. Now, the lilac symbolizes beauty, love, and passion, as you heard from my story. And because lilacs bloom in the spring, they're associated with beginnings, new life, and renewal. So it can be used in any spell work for any of these intentions. Now, the lilac is a fairy favorite. So plant lilac in your yard to encourage nature spirits. Leave an offering of milk and honey or beer and bread under a lilac bush to gain their favor. Lilacs hold energy to clear a home of mischievous ghosts. A lilac planted near a home will deter wandering spirits. Add lilac blossoms to chamomile and foxglove flowers to make a protection sachet that will clear an area of unwanted spirit energy and induce feelings of peace. Burn dried lilac blossoms with rose petals and a pinch of powdered lemon peel to soothe hurt feelings. Make a batch of lilac-infused oil by warming lilac blossoms in a double boiler with grapeseed or almond oil for 5 hours on low heat. This is my recipe, y'all. And then double strain with cheesecloth and a mesh strainer. Use the oil to anoint candles in rituals for recalling past lives, or wear as a perfume to facilitate the start of something new. Add 9 drops of lilac essential oil to half a cup of salt and add it to bath water for an uncrossing spell. Now, uncrossing spells takes the target off your back if you feel like you've been hexed. It just takes that target off your back. Now, you can follow it. I'm spiteful like this, but you can follow it with a reversal spell. And if I'm doing an uncrossing, I'm doing a reversal. And send it to the person who sent you that hex to begin with. I'm spiteful, okay? If you're going to hex me, I'm going to take that target and just send it right back to you. Boomerang. I'm petty. I'm so petty, I'm Tom Petty, okay? Don't hate the hater, hate the game. All right. My personal uses. I have lilac in one of my recipes this year because I'm down to slim pickings, you guys. It is in my Psychic Power incense. And let me tell you, this stuff smells heavenly. It has lilac, white rose, which is my tombstone roses from my rose trellis, sage, vervain, black Mayan copal, and sugar with a little bit of mugwort and lotus essential oils. This stuff smells so good, and it will blow your third eye right open. Burn it over a lit coal. Boom. Oh, yeah. And then I talked about my lilac toner. Let's fingers crossed, eyes crossed, whatever you got to do, that it will be available next year, because I would love to have 2 toners on my facial line, 2 toners, one skin calming and one lilac for anti-aging. It's wonderful. And then it is also my Aunt Billy, one of the beloved dead that I work with. She's like a second mom to me. She's really not an aunt. She's more like a second mom. I would spend summers with her. She is an amazing woman. Yeah, I love and miss her every day. She passed in 2010, and there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about her. And I made a lilac oil from essential oil and grapeseed to anoint her candle with. So she loved the smell of lilacs. So now she can enjoy that in the afterlife. Win-win. So that was lilac. How do you use lilac in your personal practice? Let me know down in the comments. Please shop yetiscrubs.com, and please remember to enter that code Veiled Witch to get your free shipping. Please shop my store at theveiledwitch.com, and don't forget to enter the code word all caps veiled to get your free shipping. I have healing remedies, and I have ritual and spell supplies, all kinds of things. I will have the psychic power sacred incense as a hyperlink down below in the description box, but you can shop my whole store. You can also book a reading, book a workshop, book classes with me. Please get with me if you'll be interested in any of the classes online, because I will do certain classes online. Just hit me up and ask. All you got to do. Please, if you would, like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications when you'd like to see more of me. That would be great. If you'd like to financially support this channel, you can do so by buying me a coffee. All the instructions are down below on how to do that. Or you can just simply scan this QR code right here. But absolutely no pressure. Just live your best life and live for yourself. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.